The figure shown is the graph of a polynomial function g. Which of the following could be an expression for g as a function of x? So if you look at the multiple choices, they all start with the factor 0.25. So I'm just going to ignore that because it's the same for all of the choices. Now, if you look at the factors, it has here exponent 1, exponent 1, exponent 1. Just to be very clear, these are examples of odd multiplicity. Multiplicity meaning that whatever the exponent is, that number, it's either even or odd. So those are odd multiplicities. And for example, in this situation, when you have an exponent of 2, that would be an even multiplicity. Okay? Now, anytime you have an even multiplicity, that means at that 0, it was going to be a bounce. Okay, and I'll explain in more detail what that means. And if you have an odd multiplicity, that means you cross at that 0. So these are all factors, and so if you look at the graph, you can look at the multiple choice to give you an idea what the numbers are. So we either have choices like -5, -8, -1, 1, 5, or 8. Okay, those are our choices. So if you kind of see the way that they're spaced out, you can pretty much guess what the numbers are. So here, this would most likely be a -8. Looking at how the numbers are spaced out. This one here would be a 1, and this one here would be a 5. No, looking at how it's spaced out. And so if you see here, when the 0 was a -8, this means that the factor was x plus 8. And just to be clear, it crossed it at -8. So because it was a cross, that means we need an odd multiplicity on x plus 8. So here we have x plus 8 has an odd multiplicity. This is not an x plus 8, so we cross this out. This is a x plus 8 with an odd multiplicity, and this is not an x plus 8, so we cross it out. So we are left with choice A and C. Now let's continue. Notice that here we're crossing at x equals 1, which means the factor is x minus 1. And since we crossed it, it should be an odd multiplicity at x minus 1. Going back to choice A, there's an odd multiplicity at x minus 1. And on choice C, we have an odd multiplicity on x minus 1. Okay, so we have to continue again. Now looking at x being 5, the factor would be x minus 5, and we actually have a bounce. It bounces. It doesn't cross through the 5. And so since this was a bounce, we need an even multiplicity at the factor x minus 5. This one has an odd multiplicity, so that's a no. And so it's choice C, and you can see here there's an even multiplicity at x minus 5, and that's a bounce.